exploring the significance of Genesis 1 verse 5. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. The book of Genesis, the opening chapter of the Bible, provides a foundational account of the creation of the universe. Within its verses lies a wealth of profound wisdom and spiritual insight. One particular verse that carries immense significance is Genesis 1 verse 5, which states, "And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day." This seemingly simple statement encapsulates the concept of time and the rhythmic nature of God's creative process. In this article, we delve into the deeper meanings behind this verse and reflect on its relevance to our lives today. The creation narrative and God's order. Genesis 1 verse 5 plays a pivotal role in establishing the structure of the creation narrative. The phrase "and there was evening, and there was morning" signifies the completion of a day, emphasizing the divinely ordained order of time. The concept of evening and morning denotes a cyclical pattern, a rhythmic cycle of darkness and light, representing the passage of time. This repetition reveals the meticulous design and purposeful nature of God's creation, highlighting His intention for order and harmony. The symbolism of light and darkness. The mention of evening and morning in Genesis 1 verse 5 also holds symbolic significance. The transition from darkness to light signifies the emergence of divine illumination and the triumph of goodness over chaos. In the broader context of the creation account, the separation of light and darkness on the first day reflects God's act of bringing forth order and establishing boundaries. The subsequent days of creation build upon this initial act, showcasing the unfolding complexity and beauty of God's design. The concept of the first day. Genesis 1 verse 5 explicitly refers to the first day of creation. This highlights the beginning of God's creative work, setting the stage for subsequent acts of creation. It emphasizes the concept of God as the ultimate initiator and the source of all existence. By establishing the framework of days, the first day of creation sets the pattern for the subsequent days, leading to the culmination of God's work on the seventh day, which He blessed and sanctified as the day of rest. The relevance for our lives today. Genesis 1 verse 5 not only offers profound insights into the nature of creation but also holds relevance for our daily lives. It reminds us of the importance of order, rhythm, and balance in our own pursuits. Just as God established a pattern of evening and morning, we can find meaning in establishing daily rhythms, incorporating rest, work, and reflection. Additionally, the symbolic contrast between light and darkness encourages us to seek enlightenment and strive for goodness in a world often marred by chaos and confusion. Conclusion. Genesis 1 verse 5 serves as a pivotal verse in the creation narrative, encapsulating the concept of time, the rhythmic nature of God's creative process, and the symbolism of light and darkness. It highlights the divine order, marking the beginning of God's creative work and setting the pattern for subsequent days. Moreover, this verse reminds us of the importance of order, rhythm, and balance in our own lives. As we reflect on this verse, may we find inspiration in God's masterful design and strive to incorporate its timeless lessons into our daily existence.